Hey guys, e-bike review day today. Haven't done one of those for a while. Been obviously on my South Island caravanning adventure with the wife. If you've missed that, there is a playlist, so you can check that out. I haven't done one for a while, but I am really keen to do this one. I've had this one in the pipeline for a while. Let me show you what we've got. Okay, still in a box. Why don't you maybe make a coffee? I'll put this together, it might take me a while, and we'll meet back right here. All right, so you're comfortable, you got your cup of coffee. Here's the thing about my channel. I try not to come across as a bumbling idiot, but somehow that seems to be the end result. And I set up a time lapse of me assembling the bike, and I thought I would show you how to quickly and efficiently assemble a bike out of a box, pretty straightforward. And when it's your own bike, it usually is pretty quick. But I must admit, I made an absolute hash of that. Couldn't get the front wheel on, kept dropping the tools, the forks were all twisted around and the cables were wrapped up, and I put the handlebars on and realized the wheels around the wrong way, and I just, as I say, the faster I tried to go, the more of a mess I made of it. But that's not the only problem I've got. I just realized that there's only 13% charge on the bike. Not sure if it's been shipped to me, not sure if it has to be shipped with a low battery, maybe they can't ship a full battery, I'm not sure, but at 13%, I think I might as well go home and come back another day. But anyway, looking forward to that because it is a really cool bike. What is it? Well, it's the Mondraker Level RR. It's a bit of a beast. It's a 180 travel, 170, 29er, 750 watt hour Bosch smart system. So it's a pretty cool bike. Coil out the Fox coil out the back, set of 38s up the front, GX drivetrain. It's a pretty nicely spec'd bike on the whole. And I like Mondraker because, well, they're an interesting brand. Couple of reasons. One, they've always had long bikes, and that's what kind of made them interesting really, is they have what's called forward geometry. Basically, quite a long wheelbase, long reach, short stems, basically to make a really stable, really good handling bike. And Mondraker must have done something right because, well, basically everybody else copied them. And so pretty much all bikes are kind of where Mondraker used to be, except maybe Mondraker have got a little bit longer. This is a medium and it's a 470 reach. I'm not a bumbling idiot, honest, 470 reach. And my large bike at home is only a 450, so still quite large for a medium bike. The other thing I do like about Mondraker, and I do have a little bit of a bone to pick with them, is I like their downhill team, and they had Brooke McDonald and Tahoto Ariki Penny on there, two of New Zealand's best downhillers. And I was a bit gutted that they're not there this year. But then I see they've got Ronan Dunn. Okay, he's Irish, he's not a Kiwi, but that guy's a beast. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do on a Mondraker this season on the downhill. So anyway, pretty cool bike. Well, I might see if I can get one run up the hill on it, but I've got to come back and we'll have a bit of play on it, and I'll let you know what I think. But anyway, what can you do?
All right, as you might expect, one run up the hill and I'm on the red. So far she jumps really naturally though. It's not bad. Literally first run down. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh, I touched my bum on the seat though. On the wheel. I always tend to do that with full on 29ers. I guess you get used to it. Oh, I wish the battery was fully charged. This is actually really cool. Alrighty. Alright, first 30 seconds on the bike and I like it.
What a day, feeling good like I should. I'ma burn it down. For once in my life, I'm making the rules. There ain't no way you're killing my vibe. I'm alive, I'm alive.
Alright, so let's jump forward 24 hours and I got 100% charge and we're back out for another go. Actually, funny enough, this bike yesterday, I ended up, because I had so little battery, I ended up just playing on the jump trails and getting some shots. And I hadn't done aviator for quite a few months, and it's quite a big jump trail. And instantaneously felt confident to do it on this bike. So yeah, it really quite confidence inspiring very stable. Yeah, so far, feel really confident on it. I guess the question is, do I roll straight into side of fries? Side of fries. Oh, looks like it's open. Alrighty, double black jump trail side of fries. Not sure if it's the best warm up, but this does jump well, so. Oh yeah, floats. Oh yeah, we'll take that. Little hoppers at the end. Heaps of pop this bike. Look how slow I'm going. I'm still going out there, no problem. And up there. All right, we'll take it. Better go and find some tech though, I think, for you. Okay, should have really done this in the car park. Might have a fiddle with the cockpit set up a little bit. If you got your hands there, brakes, perfect position. Can't reach the levers. So anyway, we'll see if we can adjust that on the fly. All right, back in business. So managed to switch that over, no problem at all. And surprise, surprise, it feels awesome now. I always wonder whether I've got weird hands, because I end up adjusting most bikes that I've got. I've wound the brake levers in a little bit as well. At least with the Code brakes you can do that quite easily. So in fact, one thing about the SRAM brakes is you can actually swap them from side to side if you're one of these American or European riders. All right, nice little rough steep section here. Should be a good test. Big old hole there now. And a bit of a drop over the end. Whoa, that was cool. Bit of a jump. Certainly the old suspension really soaks it up. I'm really impressed with the handling of this bike. Just feels really, I guess the word is stable, I guess. Doesn't feel like it wants to throw me off or do anything crazy. And yet really poppy at the same time. All right, bit of rowdy neighbour. This should be a good test for the handling of this bike. Hey, that's pretty loose and steep. It's quite a fast old track and bumpy, this one, so a good test for the suspension. Seems to be soaking it pretty well. Oh, bumpy, that's always bumpy. Oh, nice bit of floater. Definitely fast, this bike. It really, I guess, full 29er, not hugely fat tyres. So yeah, she feels fast. Woo! Brakes working, it's good. This bit down here is usually the maximum speed reading in the parks, the fastest you're gonna go. And by God, it feels fast! All right, 53.2, not the fastest I've ever been down there, but still felt pretty quick. Certainly was pretty stable too. So anyway, onwards we go. All right, time for a bit of a climb. I'm expecting that this bike's probably going to be quite a good climbing bike. In all fairness, I don't often find many e-bikes that are terrible at climbing. I guess we don't really have a lot of really rocky technical climbs to test these bikes on. I've got to try and maybe find somewhere where I can do that one day. But anyway, just basically for most of my mountain biking, it's just a matter of getting to the top so I can do another downhill lap. One thing I do like about this bike, it has the little simple up and down controller. It does also have another little button that you can scroll through the screens. One thing that is weird though, and you guys may better help me with this one, on the bottom we've got Tour Plus, we've then got Auto, we've then got EMTB, and we've got Turbo. So we've got no Eco, and I thought Auto and EMTB were effectively the same thing. So not quite sure what that means. I know you can get in the Flow app and you can adjust all the power settings, and I think you can even change that. But yeah, what's the difference between Auto and EMTB? Never come across that before. Alright, if I'm reviewing a bike and I really like the bike, then it gets the aviator test. So that's what we're going to do. and it passed. Shame the rest is closed.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, I really did enjoy riding this thing. In fact, we went for another ride yesterday with the Dad's Army crew. It was a bit of a wet one, but had a really good day on it. And I'm obviously going to need to give it a bit of a clean, but I must admit, tempted to actually just go out for another ride today on it. It really is good fun. In fact, one of the things that surprised me about the bike is that I had almost no battery on that first day. So I went up, did Howgood, which is a nice little fun jump track, and the moment I hit that first jump, I thought, wow, there's something in this. This feels really good. So I don't usually, in fact, I've never done this before. I thought, well, why don't I just roll straight into Aviator, which is quite a big jump track, fairly big consequences for getting it wrong. But I was so confident on this thing, and it felt so good that we just rolled straight in and did that. So I think this is the sort of bike that if you're thinking of maybe doing a Red Bull hardline, this is probably the bike for you. Very, very stable, big jumps, feels really confidence inspiring, and even over the rough stuff felt really good. So yeah, I really, really did enjoy it. I guess we should do a little bit of housekeeping, just some of the little things. Gears, yeah, they worked. Brakes worked. Dropper post worked. The suspension, as I say, I think was really, really, really good. And the geometry, the whole thing just worked really, really well. So in terms of handling and performance, spot on. Other little wee things, what about a bottle? It does have some mounts here. I think you could probably get a bottle underneath here. I don't know why, given that we've got all this room here, they haven't put a couple of mounts on here. Not sure about that. Another weird thing though, and you could maybe help me with this one, the charging point is under there. It's in about the dirtiest place you could put it. I guess if you had a mudguard, that would probably help, but that's a pretty dirty place on a bike. And when I went to charge it up last night, I sort of carefully wiped all the dirt off the charging point before I put the plug in. I'm not sure if I'm missing a cover, I'm missing something, but that just doesn't seem right to me. So anyway, let me know in the comments whether I've got that wrong, there should be a cover, or whether it's just not an issue, I'm not sure. Another interesting thing about this bike, it's an aluminium frame. I've got nothing against that. You know me, I do like my carbon frames, but it's not about performance or weight, it's just about aesthetics. But it's a pretty nice looking bike, this one. But the battery is non-removable, well, not easily removed anyway. So for a lot of people, that's absolutely no issue because they get home after every ride and they just plug the bike in, so no issues there. If you watch my caravan series, I actually, after every ride, took the battery out, put the bike in the back of the ute and charged the battery in the caravan. I also have shipped a bike on a plane and sent the battery overland. So I have on situations wanted to take the battery out. And likewise on one of the bikes, I had two batteries and swapped them around. But less of an issue, it's a 750 watt. You're going to probably not want to swap batteries around. But for some people, that'll be a deal breaker. For other people, just doesn't matter at all. Other things as well, in terms of display, it's got the old big screen here. That's a big old screen. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it's a lot bigger than my one. Yeah, it's good if you like, I guess, you want to look at maps and direction and things like that. And to be fair, as I say, it comes on and off pretty easy. So if you are doing Red Bull hardline and you don't want to break it, you could just take it off and ride without it. In fact, you could take this mount off altogether and literally just use the little controller here, which I really do like this little controller. And to say it's just got a battery indicator here on the top tube. So you could live without the screen. If you don't like the whole screen thing, you can take it off if you want. But yeah, it's something to think about. As I say, overall, pretty cool bike. So who should buy this bike? Well, I guess if you like, as you say, doing jumps, gnarly trails, going flat out, going fast, this is probably the bike for you. But there's other reasons I think you'd want to buy a Mondraker rather than boring bikes. Now, I'm not going to mention which brands I think are boring. In fact, boring is unfair because they're not boring to ride. But for me, a bike that just literally thousands and thousands of people, you go out into the forest and they're all riding pretty much the same bikes. To me, that's a little bit boring. So I like riding something that's a bit different, a bit boutiquey maybe. But you don't want to ride boutiquey, I'm a Costco brand. You want something with a racing pedigree, a cool brand. And I think Mondraker is one of those brands that I think is pretty cool. So for that, yeah, you may want to pay a little bit of a premium over a boring brand. But if you want to go in the forest and you want to have a cool bike and a fast bike and a fun bike, this may be for you. Anyway, I hope you found this review of somewhat help. I've certainly had fun writing it. And don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, like, leave a comment, all that sort of thing. And we'll see you on the next one.